Yeah, so this is the second part of um, the video tutorial creating masters. In the first part, we looked at masters under account info, and in this video, we are going to look at masters under the inventory info system. So we go to inventory info. Under inventory info, we have stock group, stock item, unit of measure, and then voucher types. Now, stock groups, like I described under accounting info, is similar to groups under accounting info, but stock groups are used to categorize stock items, just like account groups are used to categorize ledgers. So stock groups, when you enter into stock groups, you have basically the same structure as we had in um, accounts account info under groups or ledgers. So here we use under we have can create single stock group or multiple stock group. Now you can see that here display and alter has been disabled simply because we don't have any stock group and we don't have any. Yeah, so once we don't have any stock group, we cannot display or alter them. So once we create one stock group, we see that the other menu items will be enabled. Now this is because under the previous ones, I said that the system creates some items automatically for you, and therefore right from the beginning you have something to display or alter. But here there is nothing at all, it is zero. So we have nothing to display or alter, and therefore these two have been disabled. Now let's go straight away and create a stock group, a single one. So we want to categorize our stock items. For example, this is, let's assume our company is a company where we sell, what can we sell? Okay, so we sell groceries, a grocery shop. Therefore we have different types of um, groups groups of items. So for example, we can have something like drinks as a stock group, and it is under no other group, so we accept it. Very simple. We can also create another one like pastries, and then we save it and so on. So it's very easy to create and save. Now let's go back, and as I said, these other menu items have been enabled, and now you can display. So this is the two we just created and nothing at all. So I said there was zero and from the beginning. So this is, we can display it. You can also alter it. Now the same way we can do this multiple ones, create multiple items. So we want to create maybe items under drinks. So drinks, we have maybe soft drinks, um, and we also have maybe alcoholic alcoholic drinks, also under drinks, and you can create more if you want, depending on your needs, and then we accept it. So that is, you can alter all the groups under drinks, and you can also display them under drinks. So it's just similar to the other ones we saw. And then we go to stock items, and similarly there is no stock item, so the other display and alter is hot disabled. So we can just do how do you call it, we can just disable create, sorry, one item, and then everything works just like we did. So stock item, and then it brings us to the stock item creation form. So we have the name of the stock item, so let's say Coca Cola 300 ml. So it is under soft drinks, So for example, soft drinks is too broad. Maybe you want to create a group for um, only Coca-Cola items as also a stock group. So now when you are here, do you need to go back and create a group and come? And the answer is no. You can just hit Alt C whilst you are here. If your option is not in, you can click on Alt C and it will open a form for you to create the group on the go. So we want Coca-Cola as a group and we want to put it under soft drinks. And then here I always put it to know, it says should quantities of items be added. We don't want that because we don't want to add Coca-Cola 300 ml to Coca-Cola 500 ml and blah blah. So we don't want that feature. It makes things hard. So accept, I say yes. And with this, it creates the group, fix it at where you were, and then move on to the next item for you to um, work with it. Now in the same way, this is the next line is asking for units. Now we've not created any units yet, so it said it's only not applicable, but we want to have units for our, we want to measure them in terms of bottles or maybe in terms of create. So what we'll do is we can go back, create it and come back again, but then our information we've entered will be lost. So what we do, the same Alt C. So Alt C will help us create a group, a unit of measure, and then fix it there. So we want to create a unit of measure which is bottle. So the symbol is BT and the full name is bottle. And then the number of, you don't have half bottle, so number of decimal places is 0, and we accept it. Good. So we can leave this one as it is. Then this one here, we have to, if you have already existing opening balance for this stock, maybe you have 10 bottles already, and each, so let's say we have 12 bottles and maybe it's 24 bottles, and then the rate is, say, one bottle is 1 cedi, so that gives us a value of 24 Ghana cedis, and that becomes the opening balance. So the same way you can create other stock items. Display now works, alter now works, and then so we can display what we just created, which is this. You can also alter it in case you make any mistake or something. So don't be worried at all. Now in all cases, when you want to delete any of the items so far, all the things you've been created, if you want to delete, what do? You go to alter, select the item, and down here you will see delete in all cases. Then you can just hit on it to delete it. It asks you delete yes or no. Y for yes, N for no. You can hit enter also for yes, and escape for no. So I don't want to delete it. The same way you can create multiple stock items. So maybe I want to create stock items under Coca-Cola. So I have created 300 ml. I want to do Coca-Cola 500 ml, and the unit is bottle. Do you have an opening balance? Yes, maybe I also have 24. Here the rate is 1.5, and I want to also create Coca-Cola 1 liter, which is also under Coca-Cola bottle. Is 24 pieces of that, and that is 2 cedis. And you can create more under this same Coca-Cola group and save it. And it works just like we saw Coca-Cola. We give you all the groups under Coca-Cola. Alter, you can alter Coca-Cola, and it's just similar. I mean, a lot of things are similar. When you go to unit of measure, so unit of measure doesn't look like the others like this. because just like batcher types, you can create only one unit of measure at a time. So these are single. So we already have created bottle through creating the when we were creating Coca-Cola. So that is there. We can create new one. So let's say, so the types, it asks whether it's a simple or a compound. So compound units are unit which combines already existing units. So for example, um, I have so for example, I'll create one simple unit which is create, so CRT, because you can also sell your items in crate, not just in bottle, but one crate, two crate, and so on and so forth. So, and we can have half crate, so I'll give this two decimal places. Good. So now I want to create a combination of this. So first unit is bottle. So so conversion is, it talks about um, the conversion rate between your crate and then your bottle. So first of all, the bigger, you have to select the bigger unit first. So crate is bigger than bottle, and a crate contains, I think, 24 bottles if I'm not wrong. So crate of 24 bottles. So you select the bigger one, the conversion between them, and then the smaller one. So the crate contains 24 bottles in the same. And you can do that by the same thing by combining already existing units to do that. Then now if we go to our stock item, now let's assign. So for example, now we don't want to sell only in bottles but also in crates. So let's go and alter our Coca-Cola here. So the first one is this. Now instead of selecting this, we can now select crate of 24 bottles as the, the unit, so that we can sell in both crate and bottles with that conversion that we did. So in that case, sorry, crate becomes the base, crate becomes the base unit and bottle becomes a secondary unit. So we have one crate, um, one crate, encouragement for items. So I think, let's see. CRT one crate, and then oh, let's see. Maybe I can create a new item for that. So let me start by creating a new item and see how it goes. So I will create this time around not Coca-Cola but Fanta 300 ml. So here to put it under Fanta, so we create a different group, Fanta, and put it under soft drinks. Put here to know, and then we will choose this as our unit. Good. So that is one crate. So this here simply says that our balance is one crate and 0 bottles. So we can do one crate, maybe 5 bottles as our opening balance. So one crate, 0 bottles here, and each crate is So create is going to be 24 times 80 pesos. So let's say one crate is going to be 24 Ghana per crate, and that gives us the value of 24. So you can do that with your new item. Now we can display order, and you can use it for creating any other. So let's say we create Fanta, and we give it so one crate, sorry, Fanta 500 ml, if there is anything like that, and then we give it 36 crate. So that is very simple, and we've also looked at how to create simple. So we can go back to create our simple unit, or you click back. So anytime it comes here directly, you can use the backspace to go back and change which type of unit you want to create, and you can also use it to go back and change it back to simple. Very easy. Good. And voucher types here simply is just like what we saw under accounting info. They are the same. It's just another link to do the same thing like we saw. So I don't need to explain that. So that is all for now under creation of masters. See you in the other videos on transactions, how to pass transactions. Bye bye.